Dear students, let us see how NEET questions were spread over the chapters of biology in NEET 2023, 24 and 25. This will help you to prepare for your NEET 26. However, I would always say prepare all chapters equally in biology. For your understanding, let us see the spread out of the questions over the last 3 years for NEET. In case of biology, living world, there was no questions in 2023, 24 and 25. In case of biological classification, in 2023 we didn't have any question, in 24 we had one question, and 25 also we had one question. And in the chapter of plant kingdom, 2023 there were 3 questions, 24 1, and in 25 we had 4 questions. In case of animal kingdom, 2023 4 questions, 24 also 4 questions, and 25 also 4 questions. In case of structural organization in animals, 3 questions in 23, 4 questions in 24 and 4 questions in 25. But the challenge this year, that is in NEET 2025 students had is, usually the questions in structural organization in animals is from either from tissues or cockroach. This year all 4 questions are from frog. Okay, then next chapter, morphology of flowering plants, 2023 and 24 we had 3 questions, and in NEET 2025 we had 2 questions. In anatomy of flowering plants, we had 2 questions in 23, 3 questions in 24 and only 1 question in 25. And cell unit of life, you had 2 questions in 23 and 4 questions in 24. And in case of 25, we had 3 questions. Cell cycle and cell division, 5 questions in 23 and 3 questions in 24. And only 1 question, that is from mitosis, in 2025. In case of biomolecules, 3 questions in 23, 6 questions in 24, and in 2025 we had 4 questions. Photosynthesis in higher plants, you had 3 questions in NEET 2023, 2 questions in 24, and again 2 questions in 2025. Respiration in plants. In this chapter in 2023 you had 2 questions, 24 3 questions, whereas in 25 we had only 1 question from ETS. In case of plant growth and development, 2 questions in 23 and 3 questions in 24 and 2 questions in 25. Body fluids, 2 questions in 23, 2 questions in 24, and we had only 1 question, that is from regulation of heartbeat in 2025. Okay, in case of breathing and exchange of gas, we had 1 question in 23, 2 questions in 24, and there was no question from that chapter in 2025. From excretion, we had 2 questions from 23, 2 questions from 24, and there was only 1 question in 25 from nephron structure. In case of locomotion, we had 3 questions in 23, 1 question in 24, and there is no question in 2025. And neural coordination, there was 1 question in 23, 2 questions in 24, there is no questions in 25. And in case of chemical coordination, there was 2 questions in 23, 2 questions in 24, and in case of 2025 we have 4 questions. Okay, and all these questions are from adrenal gland, hormones, source of hormones. Okay, so these are the spread out of biology questions when it comes to first year, that is class 11 chapters.